Hey guys, welcome back to the Nerd Cave for my November 2025 pickups video. Really did not get much of anything in the month of November. I did go to Monster Mania. I did pick up some stuff from there, but mostly things from vendors. I don't even think I picked up any physical media except for some VHS tapes. But go ahead and check out that video. Not going to show kind of what I got there on this video. So check that one out if you want to see what I picked up at Monster Mania from a couple weeks ago. But yeah, other than that, really not much to show. I let's just start off with something I guess different. My son and brother-in-law are really into wrestling, to WWE, and we were able to check out Monday Night Raw a few weeks back, where it was like John Cena's last time at Raw. So I went ahead and I got into the moment, so picked up the John Cena Farewell Tour T-shirt. My son got one, my brother-in-law got one. I was really into wrestling back in the late 80s, early 90s. Kind of got out of it for a while in the late 90s until about a few years back when my brother-in-law kind of got my son into it. And so we've been to a bunch of shows in Jersey, New York, Philly, Monday Night Raws, Saturday Night Main Event, SmackDown. We've been to a couple shows, so they've been fun for sure. I always have to ask him what's going on because I'm not always up to knowing what the storyline is, but fun events nonetheless. So glad to check that kind of historic wrestling moment. Next up are a couple comic books. I used to be a huge comic collector. That was my first collection obsession back in the 90s, and all the way through until my daughter was born. I collected a ton, so I have thousands of comics, probably all in boxes, hidden away, tucked away, all 90s stuff, so none of it really worth anything, but the nostalgia is there for sure. But I picked up a couple books, a Superman title, a Batman title, and a Supergirl title. And these are like kind of volumes. The first two are just like volume ones of a series. I'm not going to collect individual comics, but I'll pick up the different volumes. And the other is a story that's going to be. I'll just show you that one first. It's going to be based on the Supergirl movie, Woman of Tomorrow. I did enjoy Superman, and I know this is based off of the next movie. The Supergirl movie is going to be based off of this. So I picked this up. Randomly ran into a comic book store. I was visiting some relatives, and I was picking up Chinese food at like a strip mall. And while we were waiting, I just happened to look over and saw a really awesome comic book shop. Here it is. Operation Doomsday, I guess is the name of the place. Really cool shop. So check them out. But yeah, and they have like a point system. So if you buy enough stuff, you get percentage off. Because I bought over $50 worth of stuff because my son was with me, so he got some cards. I was able to get a percentage off, which is nice. So haven't read this yet. Looking forward to it. If you want to take a look at it. If you can see that. Actually, there we go. And next up, I know DC's kind of doing these new kind of alternate reality type stories. I don't know if they're technically Elseworlds. I don't know why they wouldn't be, since that is their kind of alternate reality type line. But picked up Absolute Superman, Volume 1. So that's the first 6 issues. Really interesting story. Don't want to kind of spoil it. But just a new take on Superman. He comes to Earth much later in life. Different take on the whole caste system of Krypton. Really awesome. Much more adult. than your typical storyline. But it's really cool. So if you want to take a quick look at that. And then next up, I picked up Absolute Batman Volume 1. That's the first 6 issues as well. I finished this one. For the Superman, I'm about halfway through. Then I got distracted and I just haven't gotten back to it in a couple weeks. But Absolute Batman was awesome. I barely could keep it down. Or put it down, I should say. Yeah, so I really like this. Another just interesting take on the Dark Knight. Don't want to get, don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, he doesn't have money in this one. So it's really interesting to see kind of how he would operate without, being a billionaire. So interesting stories. Glad I'm kind of getting back into it a little bit. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below. Have you read these books? What do you think of them? I'm not sure why they're not part of just your typical Elseworlds. I guess maybe just because it's a continuing story. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But I know there's a Wonder Woman one that the comic book store, they recommended it. So next time I'm in that area and I'm visiting those relatives, I'll probably stop in again and maybe pick up the Wonder Woman one and see if there's a volume 2 coming out soon. I don't want to start collecting the individual ones. It just becomes too much. I have too much clutter already, so I don't really need that in my life. And if it's an individual comic, I'm going to want to put it in a hard backing and in a plastic and make sure it's good. These volumes, I don't care. I toss them around. It's not a big deal. All right, so next up, getting into the movies. Like I said, I only picked up 2 releases. First one up is something I pre-ordered a few weeks back, and it is the Creepshow collection. So I think there's four seasons. They decided not to make a 5th, and they released it. And I know this is on Shudder, and I have Shudder, and I've only seen a couple episodes of the first season. Really awesome, in particular, by the way. But as you know, I love Creepshow. The first Creepshow is my top 5 horror movies of all time. I watch it multiple times a year. I enjoyed Creepshow 2. Have not seen Creepshow 3, although I own it. I, of course, own multiple copies of Creepshow 1 because that's what I do. So I just had to get this. A really nice set. This is very reminiscent of a Vinegar Syndrome type, set. It says Shudder on the side. I guess we'll just kind of turn this into a quick unboxing. And then again, nice hard outer box, and then you have this booklet, which is kind of made out to be a comic book. It just goes through all the seasons and all the different episodes from those seasons, which is really cool. And then each season kind of looks like a comic book. Very similar to kind of what they did with Scream Factory's initial Creepshow release, where it came with a a mini comic. That's season 1, season 2. Season 3, if I can get out. Season 2 is kind of thick. Well, I guess these are the same. Season 1's pretty thick. I guess there was more episodes, maybe. And then season 4. I heard season 4 wasn't the best, but again, I haven't watched it yet, so I'll reserve judgment until I watch it. But yeah, really nice set. Really glad that Shudder is kind of getting more into the physical media game. I know they have partnered with Vinegar Syndrome, so now they're pretty much a partner label for Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome was at a Monster Mania convention and talked to the guy a little bit. They do have some titles that are Shudder exclusives, and they do the those awesome slipcovers for them. Didn't pick up anything yet. We just had the Black Friday sale with Vinegar Syndrome. Picked up a little more than I wanted, but still stuck to a pretty okay budget. Like I said, a little bit overboard, but not too much. I've been pretty good lately. But yeah, so Creepshow, excited for that. Excited for Shudder and their new releases. Let me know in the comments if you have picked that up. And next up, just one other release. And this was just literally, I went to a Walmart the morning before we were leaving the convention, just because my allergies were kicking my ass. So I had to pick up some Flonase, if you need to know. I didn't get this movie yet, and I wanted it, and I was gonna pick it up. It was at the convention, and it wasn't, and I found it at Walmart. And it's the Toxic Avenger, the new one, the unrated version, which they probably are only unrated, I would assume. I don't think you would buy the R-rated one, but the slip is nice. Got some embossing, and it's the steelbook. So, yeah, this was at Walmart. I've heard mixed things about this, so I will definitely check that out. And I guess this is a Screambox, maybe exclusive. I don't know. I had Screambox for a while, but it's just I barely watched. I have Shudder, and I barely watched that, and so I needed to kind of trim down my subscription. So Screambox was had to go. But that's it. But yeah, that's all I have from the month of November. You know, again, I did go to Monster Mania. Picked up a lot of stuff from vendors, a lot of masks, and I did spend a decent amount there, for sure. Signatures from certain celebrities. So I'll let you check out that video for more detail on that. But, you know, in terms of the physical media, this is really all I got. So let me know in the comments below. What did you pick up, guys, in the month of November? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you guys in the Nerd Cave.